You ever notice how your brain suddenly becomes a motivational speaker right after you've messed something up? Like you'll skip going to the gym for 3 months, and then one day you look in the mirror and think, was my jawline always hiding behind this marshmallow? That's when your brain's like, we should have gone to the gym, buddy. Oh, thanks. Where were you when I was lying on the couch eating chips? Here's the thing. Effort can feel hard, but it is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Let me explain. Effort is like doing 10 push-ups. Regret is like wishing you'd done 10 push-ups every day for the past year. One of those is over in 30 seconds. The other one stays in your head for months, maybe years. Think about school. You've got a test coming up. Studying for 2 hours? Painful. Failing the test and having to explain to your parents why your grade looks like a typo? Way more painful. And your parents, they don't forget. They'll bring it up at family dinners. Pass the potatoes, and remember that time you failed math? Wild times effort is that short-term, I don't feel like it feeling. Regret is the long-term, why didn't I just do it feeling. And here's the big difference. The pain of effort goes away. The pain of regret stays. Effort is temporary. Regret is clingy. Effort is like stepping into a cold shower for a minute. Regret is like never showering and wondering why your life stinks. Let's say you want to start a small business. Making the first product, finding customers, maybe getting rejected. Effort, effort, effort. But imagine 5 years later, still stuck in the same job you hate and thinking, I wonder what would have happened if I just tried. Now that's regret. It's basically paying rent in your brain for a dream you never even gave a chance. Effort doesn't feel fun in the moment because our brains are wired for comfort. Your brain is like, hey, why not just stay here warm and cozy? Let's scroll TikTok, let's eat one more cookie. But comfort is sneaky. It tricks you into wasting time now and paying for it later. It's like this. Imagine your future self comes to visit you today. One version of future you is smiling and says, thanks for putting in the work. Life's pretty sweet. The other version is just glaring at you with eye bags saying, really? You couldn't even try? Which one do you want to meet? The best part? The pain of effort is kind of a fake pain. You think it's unbearable, but the moment you start, it's never as bad as your brain makes it seem. Going for a run sounds awful until you've been running for 5 minutes and suddenly you're like, okay, I'm basically an Olympic athlete now. Regret, on the other hand, is the real deal. It doesn't get lighter with time. It gets heavier because you keep adding the weight of missed chances. Picture it like carrying a backpack. Effort is putting in a heavy book today, but tomorrow you take it out. Done. Regret is putting in a book you can never remove. Every time you avoid effort, another book gets shoved in there. Soon you're hunched over, wondering why everything feels heavy. Now, I'm not saying you have to work 24/7. Life isn't supposed to be one giant to-do list. But if something really matters to you, that project, that health goal, that dream, give it the effort now while you still can. Because there will come a day when later turns into too late. And look, effort isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's you alone at your desk, typing away while everyone else is watching TV. Sometimes it's eating salad while your friends order burgers the size of your head. Sometimes it's practicing a skill that makes you feel like an uncoordinated potato. But all those little moments of effort, they stack up into something amazing. Regret also stacks up, but in the opposite direction. It's like collecting stamps for a trip you never take. At the end, you just have a sad full book and a lot of what-ifs. So here's the deal. Effort is uncomfortable now. Regret is uncomfortable forever. You get to choose your pain. Do you want the quick, sharp sting of doing the work? Or the slow, dull ache of wishing you had? Me, I'll take effort. Because you can laugh about effort later. You can tell stories about the late nights, the mistakes, the awkward first tries. Regret? Regret just sits there looking at you like, hey, remember me? Still here. So next time you're deciding between doing the thing and skipping it, remember this. A few minutes of sweat now is way better than a lifetime of what if. And if you ever forget, just picture future you holding either a trophy or a giant I told you so sign.